Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the full practice. This week we're focusing on the pose Garudasana, which means eagle pose. And it's a powerful pose because it challenges strength and mobility in the lower body and the upper body, while also challenging our balance. And also this week we're focusing on the theme of non-attachment. Every week we choose a new theme and a new focus pose in this class. And if you like this, please subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll get a notification weekly when the video comes out. And if there's a pose or something you'd like me to address in this class, put it in the comments. Thanks so much. Let's go ahead and get started. So non-attachment, super important, at least in my practice, because I've been practicing yoga a long time, and I used to really want to do those advanced asanas. And some of them are not accessible to me anymore, but I'm learning how to use props, slow things down and break things down, and I'm getting some really cool results. And I just know I'm going to do this for life. So let's go ahead and get started. Samasatihi, standing still and straight and feeling the grounding, the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, so that root lock, the drawing in of the belly, that lifting upward. And here we go, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reaching, lifting, exhale, folding. And then wherever you are today, you can have your knees slightly bent if you need to at first. Look up and lengthen. And let's slowly take it back and find this plank, a nice strong plank. So make sure your butt's not sticking out, right? Nice strong plank. And then I'm gonna come down to the knees for a modification and lower, only lower as much as you can, keeping this nice form, right? Rise up. And then we'll come through upward facing dog, take your tail under, widening across your sternum, lift the sternum. You can gaze down the nose and lift. And then we'll slowly pull the belly in and take it to downward facing dog. And just notice where you are today. Maybe you need to bend the knees to get a little bit more length in the shoulders and the back. And maybe that you can reach the heels down and feel that nice stretch in the calves. What's going on today? Maybe you just want to release the neck a little bit. And then let's slowly make your way up, pulling the belly in and trying to be really light as you walk up. And then fold. Inhale, lengthen through your spine and reaching. And exhale, hands come down. We'll do it again. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale here, look up and lengthen, and take it back. Nice strong plank. Pause for a moment, and then we'll lower and rise. Taking it through to upward facing dog. Inhale here, open the sternum. Exhale, we'll take it back to downward facing dog, pulling the belly in. Breathing, inhale and exhale. Really feeling the body start to open up a bit. Inhale. The breath really helps. Exhale. And again. And exhale. Bend the knees, pushing down with the hands lightly, making your way up to the front. And exhale, fold. And now inhale, lengthen. And rise. Exhale, hands down. Surya Namaskar B, with some modifications if you'd like. Bend the knees. I'm going to use the blocks here. And fold, because they help me to find more lift in my practice, which I love. Inhale, look up and lengthen. I can tippy toe higher when I'm using them, and my jump back feels really light. If you want to try this, keep your shoulders where they are, light. And then I find a nice strong plank, and you can lower. You don't have to go down as far. And rise. And then come through, lift that sternum. And now if you roll over the toes, the blocks can help you find lift if you do that, if you want to. And now let's go ahead and lift your right leg. Try to keep your chest going towards your left thigh
And then lift that knee up, pull the belly in, and see if you can step forward. The blocks really help with that, helps find that lift. Inhale, reach the arms. We're coming into high lunge. And now we're gonna challenge the glutes on the front leg and the hip flexors on the back leg as we bend the back knee. And then rise up. We're gonna do that a couple times. Bend and rise up. These are muscles we use in Garudasana. Bend. And now just straighten the back leg and see if you can start to come into a back bend in your upper body. Be expressive and open, open, open. And now inhale, reach forward, feel the right butt pull back. Take your hands down, step back, find that plank, and then we're gonna lower and rise and come through. And if you can, roll over the toes, but if not, no worries. Coming back, and let's lift the left leg. Feeling your chest go closer to your right leg. And then pull that knee way up and step it down lightly if you can. It can be challenging. Reach the arms. And now we're gonna challenge the butt in the left leg and the hip flexors on the right leg as we bend, but keep reaching up. Keep your gaze down your nose and straight ahead. And reach. Let's do that again. And reach, and one more time, bend and hold, and now start to straighten your back leg and lift up. Be expressive, find that back bend, lifting, reaching. And now start to come forward, keep pulling that left butt back, take the hands down and step back, nice plank, and we'll lower, belly in, tail under, and rise and come through. Really lift that sternum. Breathing here. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then just find your breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Keep breathing. Now look up, find a target where you're going to put your feet, push the hands down, or step up. Exhale. The blocks really help me feel height there, so I love it. Bend the knees, reach the arms, and come to stand. Let's do one more. Bend the knees, reach the arms, and exhale, fold. Inhale, look up and lengthen. And let's lightly float back. Boom. Keep the belly in and lower and rise and come through, lifting that sternum, tail under, and exhale, down dog. Let's let the right leg come up again. This time open, bend the knee. Maybe you see that foot under your left armpit. Lift it back up and step it forward. Let's go ahead and reach the arms, staying in your high lunge first, then lift up. Take the back foot down the outer edge as you lift up for warrior one. And just breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise up. Lift your back heel. Reach, reach, reach. Take your time. And then take the hands down and step back. And let's go ahead and lower. Exhaling as you do that. And rising. Let's come forward. Inhale. And exhale. Let's do the left side now. So lift the left leg, open your hip, bend the knee, knee high. You can see that foot under your right armpit. Twist, lift it back up, and lift it up. Nice and light. Reach the arms, high lunge first, and then lift up. Take the back foot down, and then lift up for warrior one, and breathe. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, rise up, reach, 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 and then take the hands down, stepping back, and let's go ahead and lower, and rise, and coming through, lift, and exhale. And here we are in down dog, and just breathe. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Couple more breaths. And then find your gaze point. That's where you're going to take your legs, push down, lift up, and fold. Bend the knees, reach the arms, and come to stand. Samasthiti. Let's take the feet out hip width. We're going to come into the forward bend, Uttanasana. Pull the belly in and grab the back of your legs. Really straighten the front of the legs. Lots of muscular energy in the back, the front, so we stretch the back. So really pull the body down. Now try to get your hips a little forward, no neck tension. Draw the shoulders down and just see where you go. Keep breathing. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Take the hands on the waist and rise up. Samasthiti. Now we're going to start the standing poses. So let's go ahead and set the blocks if you're using them. One in the front and one in the back. And then we'll go ahead and step out. And from here, we're going to turn the left foot in and the right foot out. Let's go for a nice long Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, reach, extended triangle, and then take your hand down. And then go ahead, let's take this left hand behind our head today and let the elbow drop a little so you can feel that lat engaged. Now you're going to turn your right ribs up towards the ceiling. And then keeping that, right, go ahead and reach the arm once you feel that. Yeah, and breathe. You could look straight ahead, you could look up, whatever feels good in your body. And then inhale here, reach the arm over the ear. You could look straight ahead, you could look in the direction of your hand, whatever's feeling better in your body today. And then inhale, rise up, and then we're going to melt into warrior two. This one, I want you to gaze down your fingers, right down the fingertips of the right hand, pulling the belly in and melting here. So you're trying to make a right angle. And then from here, we're going to come into Utthita, extended side angle pose, Upavistha Konasana. So we'll take this arm, we can circle it here, but then take it behind the head for a moment. You could take your hand on the block or you could stay on your thigh and then drop the elbow a little. And same thing, try to turn the right ribs to the left, but we're keeping the neck out of it this way. We're pushing back and then reach the arm, get a nice side body stretch. And then you could gaze up to the hand, you could gaze straight ahead, whatever felt better in your body. And then inhale, rise up. And then let's go to the other side. So turning the feet, we're going to reach for Trikonasana, Utthita, extended triangle, Trikonasana. Take the hand down. And now we're going to take the right hand behind the head, drop the elbow a little, and start to open a little. How does that feel? And just stay there for a moment. Once you feel like you're open and you can reach the arm up and breathe. Inhale. And exhale. It feels like it's an extension of the opening up, just reaching that hand. And then we reach it over. It's nice side body here. Breathe. And then we're going to inhale and rise up. Let's melt into warrior two. So just coming down, Virabhadrasana, warrior two. Gazing over the fingertips. Trying to find a right angle here if you can. Breathing, keeping the lift of the belly. Exhale. And then from here, Utthita Upavistha Konasana, extended side angle. We're going to circle this arm, take it behind the head. You could take your hand down if you wanted to, or you could stay on the thigh. We're going to turn in and kind of open this up, really open this up. And once you feel like you're really open, you can just extend that arm and breathe. Breathe, and you could gaze up towards your hand or straight ahead down the nose. And then inhale and rise up. We're going to come into a nice goddess pose here. So just open out and come down. Now from here, you want to make sure you're not sticking your butt out just yet. Just open the knees and try to sink straight down. See how that feels. Really opening the inner thighs. Inhale and engaging the external rotators. Breathe. Couple more breaths. And one more. Inhale here. Take the hands on the waist for a moment. Turn the toes so they're parallel. And let's come forward. Exhale. take your hands out in front of you and have your right hand kind of right under your face, and the left hand can be on your hips as you start to turn, but you're trying not to turn the hips very much. And then see if you can reach that arm up. A nice twist here. And then we'll come and we'll do the other side. So the hand right in front of you, take your hand on your hip, and try not to turn the hip, but you can turn the ribs, the left ribs to the right, and then reach up and breathe. And then coming down. Now we'll go ahead and walk the hands through. You could use your block here if you need it for your head, right? Just making a right angle at your elbows and coming down, breathing. Shoulders down, make sure you're not here. Inhale and rise up. Let's turn to the right so we can walk the feet in a little bit. Both hips are going to be facing the same direction. We're going to take the hands behind the head again. And we're going to inhale here and lift up, and then exhale, start to come forward. Really coming forward as far as you can. Reach. Feel that right butt pull back. And then we're going to turn to the right. You can take your hand down to the block outside of your right ankle and come into Upavistha Konasana. So keep pulling that right butt back. You could gaze up at your hand or straight ahead, whatever's feeling good in your body today, but you're lengthening the crown of your head away from your tailbone. And then inhale to really use that butt on the right side to come up. So let's pivot to the other side. Hands behind your head, lifting up. And exhale, coming forward. Keep pulling that left butt back. Feel that energy, it's pulling back, back, back. Now we're gonna take the right hand down to the block outside the ankle and start to reach up and turn, 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 breathe. And then inhale, let's go ahead and rise all the way up. Samasthiti. And now we're ready for Garudasana. So let's go ahead and we're going to take the right leg and cross it over your left leg. I'm going to break this down. So the right leg comes across, right? And you could just take your foot to the floor. That's fine. And then the left arm comes across the top of the right arm. And then if your hands don't touch, that's okay. You could stay where you are, right? Or if they do, you bring them together and you try to then lift the bottom leg off and double cross and see if you can squeeze everything in as you come down. And rise up. You might still be here. That's fine. Just take it where it works in your body. So let's do the other side. So the left leg is going to cross the front of the right leg. You can put your foot down as you bend your knee. You try to cross really tightly. And then you take the right arm on top, and maybe it's just here, or maybe you come here. And then we're going to cross, again, if you can, behind the ankle and start to come down, lifting the elbows up and breathing, 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 and rising up. Your foot could be here the whole time, right? And coming back to Samasthiti. So hopefully you found that to be fun. I find it challenging, but it opens up so much. So let's go ahead and put the blocks down. We're going to come down to the floor. So we'll do it, we'll vinyasa our way there. So inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Taking the hands down, look up and lengthen. And we can go ahead, just come back to downward facing dog. We're going to take our body down to the floor now. So let's hop up, one foot in front of the other, if you can, or just come up and sit down. We're going to take the blocks behind us and challenge yourself to really see if you can float down. Something I'm working on, right? But the blocks really help. And we'll just come into seated here. So Dandasana, staff pose. You want to be sitting straight up. So notice, is your spine curled back, or can you sit straight up? If not, you might want to prop yourself up when you're on the ground. Or maybe in the beginning, bend the knees a little just to find that, and then see if you can straighten. We'll come into Paschimottanasana. So inhale here. I'm just going to hold on to my feet and allow my body to melt forward. Really trying to use the front of the legs so that I can stretch the back of the legs. And I'm pushing the big toe mound forward. And I'm trying not to be in my neck. And just relax for a moment. Inhale, exhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Forward bends are more of a surrender, or more of a relaxing pose than some of these balance poses and back bends and such. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to teach you a pose that's kind of a pigeon pose. It's the front leg is going to be in a 90-degree angle like pigeon, and the back leg is going to be in a 90-degree angle too. So it's a little bit more accessible to most people, and it's kind of nice. Our goal is to open the hips a little bit. On both sides, the front of the back leg and the glutes on the front leg. So let's come over a little diagonal over that right knee and see if you can push your right butt down as you do this. And then just melt and see where you go. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. You should really be feeling the outside of your butt, that right butt, a lot. Breathe. Inhale and exhale. And rising up, and then just sit up for a moment, turn a little to the left, and you might feel a little something here, these inner rotators on that left side, and just breathe into it. Only go to where it feels okay, right? And then we're going to go to the other side. So you could use your hands here behind you, lift up, let the left knee turn out, and let the right knee turn out. So it's like a 90, and then take yourself diagonally over that left leg and breathe here. Inhale. You could walk your hands out. Exhale. And just breathe. Keep pushing that left butt down, feeling that stretch. Exhale. And one more breath. And then inhale, rise up. Turn to the right and see if you can feel that inner rotation in that right hip. Lift up. And then inhale, let the legs come up and back, and then we'll take the legs back out to Dandasana. Now we're going to come into Upavistha Konasana. So we're doing a lot of hips here. So let's go ahead and open the legs. Feels good to really open up the hips. Sometimes it will release your low back too. So inhale here. If you're having a hard time here and you feel like your pelvis is curled back, just stay here and use your hands and sit up. Or maybe sit on some blankets or a block. But you want that natural curve in your low back here. And this might be all you do. Or if it's accessible for you, you could use your hands here and start to gently come forward. But I'm not really using my hands too much. Come forward, come forward, come forward. Keeping that back as flat as you can, and then rise up. And then we'll do it again. Come forward, come forward, come forward. And rise up. And then on the next time, or you could be staying here the whole time. Next time, come forward and see how far forward you can come. And then maybe you want to grab your feet, if that's possible. Coming forward, really trying to stick your butt out so you're kind of flat. See where you go, breathe. And inhale, rise up. And remember, have fun. So it's hard to say. I mean, if you're just sitting up like this, you are benefiting. You're doing something good, even if it feels hard. So let's just do something fun here. Let's go ahead and just grab the toes, curl the pelvis back a little bit, and lift up. And open like a back bend. And just be easy. And then we're going to slowly take the legs down and take the legs in front. And we're going to do a roll back. And we'll come into a restorative back bend today. So I'm placing the blocks on the medium level, and we're going to try and find it so it goes under the shoulder blades. So let's just take a little curl back, pull the belly in, start to curl back. And at what point you feel you kind of touch it, maybe we curl and come back up again. Just noticing that, and curl back. We'll do one more like that. Touch a little, come up. And then on this next one, we'll go all the way back and really try and find that place that the outer edge is on the bottom of the shoulder blade, and the other one is at your head. And then let's go ahead and just reach the arms. We'll bend the knees and feel a sense of the butt going back. And there's a nice back bend going on in the ribs. And you're reaching the arms. And it's restorative, but it's also working. We're also feeling, hopefully, I feel a nice stretch right in the front of the shoulders. Feel the back working. It feels really nice. If it was accessible for you and you really wanted to, you could come into full Urdhva Dhanurasana here. But I'm feeling like this is benefiting me perfectly for today. That's your choice though. And then we'll go ahead and straighten the legs. Reach the arms. I used to feel like it was necessary to do Urdhva Dhanurasana full back bends every day, dropping back, getting up. I'm so much easier on my body these days, and I think my back bends are better. So curl and come down slowly. Let's do a little bridge though. It's kind of nice, a nice release. So take a breath in and exhale and lift up. And stay there. And you could take whatever arm variation you want. Sometimes it's nice to walk in a little bit and maybe your hands are here. Sometimes the mat is nice, but you want to make sure your neck is not, your chin's not lifted, your chin's not down. Your neck is nice and neutral. And lift up and just feel that for a moment. That nice strength. Maybe you can get higher. Just notice where that is today. And then we're going to slowly curl down if you can. Belly in, curling. We'll finish with our nice inversion. So I just like this restorative one. You can have your legs up to the ceiling. Really engaging the legs, pulling the belly in. Make sure you're not poking the ribs and you're not tucking under. Just neutral, and just, you could close your eyes here. I always offer for people, if you want to go into halasana, if that's okay in your body and you want to go over, that's okay too. Careful of your neck. But it's also okay to just stay on the block. It's also, these are all variations. Do what feels good in your body and take your time according to how long you want to stay. But I'm going to take it back to the block. And you could straighten your right leg now. Take your feet down and straighten your right leg and just feel the hip flexors. Take the tail under. It feels like a nice stretch. And we'll go to the other side. Tail under. And back. And then let's do Baddha Konasana. Just gentle, staying here and breathing. Now we're just trying to release. And we'll end with a nice twist. So lift the hips up and shift them to the left. Let's cross your right leg over your left leg and see if you can come into that eagle pose. Or maybe you're just here. Whatever works in your body. And then the knees will come over to the right. And you can take your gaze to the left. I'm feeling some nice things going on in my spine. Some space. And breathe. And then inhale, coming up. And then we'll lift the hips up and we'll shift them to the right. Crossing your right leg over. See if you can double. If not, this is nice too. And then let the legs go over. And gaze to the right. Breathing. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, letting the legs come up. Can pull the knees in. You could come to your happy baby. And then let's slowly release into Shavasana. So when you're in Shavasana, Just make sure everything is releasing and you're in that place of ease and peace. And don't let your attention wander. Just stay in this sense of ease, light. And you could stay here as long as you'd like. I'm going to go ahead and take you out. So go ahead and just become aware of your breath. And then start to slowly move the fingers and the toes. And as you're ready, staying in this energy, bend the knees, pull the knees into the chest, and roll to the right side. Pause in your fetal position and just stay. And then taking your time to come up to seated. And once you're in your seated pose, just pause for a moment and notice where you are in your body, in your mind. Can you stay in that place of opening and light? And let it resonate in everything you do, wherever you go. Namaste.